Miracle just have this idea that, we'll never marry a poor man or a man that is not doing well for himself.
You wouldn't.
But I will not, because I'm not doing bad too. I want to marry someone that is either above me or even the same level with me.
You don't believe in potential.
I don't know what you're saying. You're not giving women good advice. A woman died recently because her husband couldn't pay hospital bill of 500,000 naira, and you're telling me women to put themselves at risk to marry someone that is not doing well for themselves.
Do you really think a wealthy man wants to marry a woman that is going to be talking back to him all the time, that is not going to treat him like a king?
Are you saying women are only submissive when there is finance in the home?
Yes. The men that were wealthy, their women did not stress them. Most of those men, they used to cheat and their wife knew. Our mothers were traditional women. Women today are not traditional women. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. Season 3, back. Harder than ever, better than ever, lighter than ever.
Yeah.
And I'm still your boy, the host with the most, Miracle OP. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, she's been off camera, but now she's on camera officially.
Yeah.
Madam EP and Enothecitygirl.
Okay, what a good intro, Miracle. I'm excited to be on a podcast because 2020, I started my own YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
What's the name?
The City Girl.
You be doing like vlogs. Welcome back.
Yeah,
to
I was doing like those vlog
makeup
shit.
tutorials.
So there's this video I'm going to be reacting to, right? It's still the same thing we're talking about. And Miracle is going to be giving his opinion on it. And trust Miracle to have one opinion to give. Anyways, I'm also going to give my opinion that Miracle doesn't like, but just fact.
I mean, I don't know what your opinion is, so.
Okay, so let's see. So there's this video that was trending over the week. A girl came out and she was talking about how men are for what was the word she used? I think that video will be playing on the screen. Tokpa is gonna put that video there so you can hear what she was saying.
If you don't feel comfortable with the idea of using men, you're not gonna last very long in this economy. You're not gonna last very long in this misogynistic world we're living in. You're not going to last very long in this patriarchy as long as it's men you're choosing to primarily partner with. Get used to the idea of using men.
But it was just talking about how men are just like bank wallets. They're just like the bank. You need to be with a man that, if a man is not providing for you, why are you with the man? You know, a man has to meet your certain needs. You shouldn't be with a man because you like him or you like the way it makes you feel when you're together with him. It should just be about the money. And she also quotes, that was what the girl said, she said that that a man is only a provider only when he's providing. If he's not providing, it's just forgotten the word she used.
If he's not providing, he's not a provider. He's a resource waiting to be used.
I'd love to hear your opinion.
Okay, so this is what I think. And I had this conversation with Ayo off camera, and I said something. I said, see, let me tell you, women are with certain men for different reasons, right? There are women that are with men because the men make them feel some kind of way, and that's what they like and that's what they want. But there are certain women that are with men because of what they provide for them. If a man is not giving me money, I'm not there. I'm not part of it. He has to be speaking the money language for me to understand what he's saying, right? So this is my 2 cents. I'm like, okay, there are men, these women, let me tell you, sometimes these women even have men, they are there because of love, but there are certain men that they just want to collect. So this is my take on it. I think it's a wrong thing to say that men are just there to just give financial support. That does not mean that a man shouldn't give financial support. But it's wrong because men have other good qualities they bring into a man's life. Good men that is beyond money. I'm telling you from experience. There are amazing men out there that,
No, hold on.
What?
Do you support what she's saying?
No, I don't support what she said.
You don't support what she's saying?
Yeah, I don't.
You liar. You
No,
just
I
said
don't.
you did.
No, that's not what I said.
You just said you did and you said you didn't.
No, I said this is my opinion.
You're speaking out of 2 sides of your mouth.
Miracle, you should listen to me. This is what I said. I said, this is my opinion on it. I said it's wrong for you to think that men should just be subjected to just financial benefits because men bring more than that to a woman's life. That is what I said. Right? That's what I said. Honestly, that is what I said, Miracle. Don't get me wrong. I used to say it. I keep saying it. Maybe Miracle just have this idea that, oh, we'll never marry a poor man or a man that is not doing well for
You
himself.
wouldn't.
But I will not, because I'm not doing bad too. I want to marry someone that is either above me or even the same level with me. I don't mind,
You
because
won't marry someone on the same
because
level.
I'm not doing bad.
won't marry on the
If I
same
have,
level.
if I'm with
You won't marry on the same
Miracle,
same
hold on.
level.
If I have a man that has my hustling drive, why won't I marry
No,
that man?
you don't believe
I
in
will-
potential. You don't believe in potential.
Miracle. Anyways,
You don't believe in
that
potential.
is what I
Be
said
honest,
about
you've
the
said it
video.
on this podcast
We
before.
were saying this, Miracle. We're saying the same thing. I don't know why you're not.
That you don't believe in
understanding me.
potential.
Is that what I said? I said I'm going to marry a rich man, a man that is well-to-do. How is that a problem?
Not well to do, already doing.
Yes, that is doing well, because that is doing well, Miracle.
So you support what she's saying.
I'm not. She's saying, hold on. Lily is saying that you should be with. Okay, so if I'm saying I'm going to marry a man that is well-to-do, do you think I would just go into the street and marry any man that has money? I won't do that, Miracle. Honestly, I'm beginning to even get pissed now,
How
because
many
I
men
won't
do you
do
think
that.
have money?
I won't do that. I don't.
What's the percentage of men that are wealthy?
Miracle. There are men that are doing well for themselves.
What is the percentage of men
There
that
are
are
men
wealthy?
there are men that are doing well for themselves. Let me tell you. See, when they talk about promising young man, what is a promising young man, Miracle? Define what a promising young man is. I mean, let's start from there.
Someone that
What
has
is
potential. He's not there yet.
But you can see that it's heading somewhere, right?
He can head there if faith allows him to, and he cannot.
Wait now.
But you
hold
see the
on.
potential.
Hold on now. We are saying the same thing, right? He's heading there, right? That is a promising young man.
No.
Is that not a promising young man?
Promising is he can get there, he cannot get there. It's a chance. 50-50 chance.
Miracle.
That's why it's promising.
Miracle. Hold on. What I'm saying is that, honestly, there are men that you marry that are doing well, but they've not gotten to the peak of where they are going to. I'm telling you, Miracle. If Miracle is saying that for a woman to prove that she's a good woman, for you to go and date a man that is not doing well for himself at all, then I don't know what you're saying. You're not giving women good advice. Recently, somebody died because a woman died recently because her husband couldn't pay hospital bill of 500,000 naira, and you're telling me women to put themselves at risk to marry someone that is not doing well for themselves. Miracle, come on now. What are you turning women to? If you have to prove that point, then I'm not proving that point with you. I'm not. If it's that point you want me to prove, I'm not going to prove to you. Prove that to you.
I never.
Because
I never said that women should not take financial situations.
Because that's what you're making it look. I'm
That's
talking
not what
about
I'm saying.
finance. You're making
What
it
I'm
look
trying
like
to say is
I like
that
the money
a
too
lot
much.
of women in today just focus on the wallet, the
You know what?
highest bidder.
That's what
They go to.
Miracle. That is their priority. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, that in as much as I'm saying I want to marry someone that is doing well for himself, that does not mean I'll go into the street and pick any dumb Dick and Harry because he's rich. I won't do that.
We're saying the same thing. See, the funny thing about it is, I don't mind. All these women that say, oh, I want a wallet, that's fine. That's you. That's what you want. Me, I want Beyonce. I'm not going to get her. But it's all good. Keep wanting what you want.
Okay.
But at the same time, know what you're going to have to get. Know what you're going to have to give up. Because those type of men, the 1% that you want to use as wallets, that's fine. But they want traditional women. They want women that are going to shut the fuck up when they need to shut the fuck up. They want women that are going to uphold their name. They want women that are going to deal with a lot of bullshit that they're going to bring to that marriage.
Yeah.
They want a woman that's going to cook, clean, take care of the house. They want a woman that's not going to talk back. Are you ready for all that?
Miracle. So you're saying that now most of the men that are doing well for themselves that ladies want, these are the requirements.
I'm telling you, that's what the 1% of men
You
want.
think so? There was a meeting that men gathered and said, "Oh, these are the requirements." Because I want.
Do you really think a wealthy man, a billionaire, wants to marry a woman that is going to be talking back to him all the time, that is going to be making his life difficult, that is going to be embarrassing him in public, that is not going to carry herself and him to a certain standard, that is not going to treat him like a king?
Miracle, no poor man want that either.
No, but they can deal with that.
Miracle,
Poor men, they settle for whatever they get.
no, that's not true.
Yes, they do.
That's not true.
Poor men pick up the scraps. Wealthy men pick what they want.
Miracle, I'm telling you that is what all men need. From a
No,
woman.
poor men pick after wealthy men have picked. Remember that. And that's just life. Poor men pick after the wealthy men have already picked. They take what the wealthy men did not
Miracle,
want.
I'm not even arguing with. What I'm saying is that this is what all men want and need in their relationship.
But all women do not do it.
Not all men get it.
A lot of men don't get it.
Reason being because women are only. Are you saying women are only subjective? They are only submissive when there is finance in the home.
Even some, I'm saying back in the days, yes, the men that were wealthy, their women did not stress them. Their women, sometimes, yeah, most of those men, they used to cheat and their wife knew. As long as the man was doing what he had to do, they shut the fuck up.
So that means those men marry hungry women.
Huh?
Hungry women that won't talk back at them.
You can discourage those women all you want because I already know your opinion on housewives, but it's fine. But what I'm trying to tell you is, and that is an outside case, what I'm trying to tell you is that our mothers were traditional women.
Yeah, I'm not.
They were traditional women.
I'm not.
Women today are not traditional women.
No, you cannot
They
generalize.
they don't have the class
Miracle.
our mothers had.
Miracle.
They don't.
Miracle.
They don't have the mentality our mothers had.
Miracle. I'm not saying that.
They don't have the patience.
Miracle, yes, they're traditional. What's the definition of a traditional woman? A woman that knows how to cook.
A woman that can
house.
sacrifice.
That's a
A
traditional
woman that has no reason to think of sacrificing. That's a traditional
Miracle,
woman.
If I go on Google,
A traditional woman
that's what
thinks
Google will tell me
of
now.
her family before she thinks of her own self.
Miracle, that's your
That's a
definition.
traditional. I'm telling you what. That's your mother.
Miracle, let me check.
That is all
Let
our
me
mothers.
check.
All our
Miracle,
mothers
hold
thought
on.
of the kid, thought of the
Hold on,
father,
let me
and
check.
thought of the house. Even thought of the house helpers before she even thought of herself. That's a traditional woman. Think of the whole community before you think of yourself.
Miracle,
That's
hold
a traditional
on. Let me
woman.
see who a
Am I
traditional
wrong?
woman is.
Destiny, am I wrong? I'm not wrong. A traditional woman thinks of the whole village before she thinks of herself.
Miracle. I think that's your own definition.
Okay.
Maybe that's what
Was your mother like that?
My mom was like that.
Was she a
She's
traditional
still
woman?
like that.
Was she a traditional woman?
Yeah, she is
Okay,
a
good.
traditional woman. Let me tell you, but let
So
me
I'm
tell you.
wrong. But
Wait, hold on,
but I'm wrong.
Miracle.
Okay.
Let me tell you the truth.
Okay.
The truth is, these traditional women are shouting traditional. If they could go back to the hands of time, there are some things they will not do.
Okay,
in
but
their
you want a
marriage.
traditional man though.
Yes,
You
now.
want to. You
Miracle,
see
let
why
me
you
tell
are
you.
selfish?
No, Miracle, hold
No,
on.
but you're selfish.
let me tell you
You
something.
want a traditional man, but you don't want to be traditional.
Okay, Miracle, let me tell you. And I think this is a conversation we should have. I don't think I want to have this conversation again.
No. But we're having it.
I'm going to have this conversation with you. What I'm saying is that you people think that, I think you don't know the generation we are in now. Things are better than how it used to be, and it's just going to get better more.
Okay.
When you're talking about a traditional woman, I get the whole point of you have to sacrifice. My mom sacrificed. I can, when you're growing up, you know what goes on in your home. So I know how many sacrifices she had made for the family and for us to be where we are today. So yeah, I give it to her. Yeah, that's what. Even when you're saying any man that is marrying now is going to marry a woman that he knows that is not just a liability.
Yeah.
Yes, nobody wants a liability. And that's what I was talking to someone today. We were having a conversation. She was talking about how, talking about a particular couples and how it is. And we realized that this man loves this girl, but this girl has a value she's playing in his life. It's obvious, you're seeing it. And he also has some values playing in the girl's life, but you can tell that there's love between them. Right? What I'm saying is that, Miracle, there are some sacrifices women shouldn't make in marriage. Hold on. I'm not saying women shouldn't make sacrifices. There are some sacrifices women shouldn't make in marriage. That's why I think, well, I'm not married yet, but that's why I think, a woman should, I'm not saying a woman shouldn't be a traditional woman. She shouldn't, cook for the husband. She shouldn't look out for the best interest of her family. What I'm saying, I'm just saying something simple, that a woman should still be in the home and still chase herself. Honestly. I don't want a situation whereby I don't want to be in a situation whereby I think that because I'm married now, I have to leave whatever is going on concerning me, and just settle and just be doing certain things I'm supposed to do. I still want to do certain things and still be who God have called me to be. That is all I'm saying, Miracle.
Let me just, you mentioned today's generation, and that is what we're saying. We're saying the same thing. Today's generation of women, a lot of them, not all, but most, are selfish. Because you guys understand today's generation. You understand everything, but you're still selfish. You don't want to be traditional women, but you want a traditional man. You cannot eat your cake and have it. All this explanation you did, you still want a traditional man.
Yeah,
you
I
want
do.
a man that's going to give you money when you want. You want a man that's
Of
going
course,
to
I
protect
want
you.
that,
You want a
yes.
man that's going to take care of your kids.
Yeah, I
you want a
do.
man that's going to give you a very beautiful Cinderella lifestyle. But you don't want to be traditional.
Miracle, what make you? Yeah, of course, I'm a traditional wife.
No, you're not.
I am,
No, you're
Miracle.
not.
I think it's even subjective to how we see it. You have
It's not subjective at all. Ella,
It
you
is,
said
Miracle.
it. You
Miracle,
said
it
it.
is.
You
You
said
have
it. You think of yourself. You think of yourself. You and this lady in the video, you guys are selfish, and not all, but you're most of the generation of women today. You only think of yourselves, and the only time you think of the man is when you want something.
no, Miracle. That's not true.
That is true.
Well, Miracles, I think we're just going to keep arguing. You don't want to listen to me.
I've
And
listened to
no,
you.
you don't want to listen to me. And I think you're just head bent on this particular thing. You're saying that I'm selfish, but it's fine. There's no much convincing to do to you right now. So tell me, what do you think about what is Lisa? I know what you've said it already.
She's very much selfish, and shame on her. Shame on her, and shame on whoever thinks this way as well, because you are the reason why this world is so backwards and carnal and so dark, especially when it comes to the relationship circles, because men don't mind giving to their woman. Men don't mind endowing their women with gifts, with pearls, with all this type of amazing things in life, the best things in life.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes men don't want to be made, they don't want to feel like dickheads. They don't want to feel like dickheads. They don't want it to feel like it's a chore. It's a must. It must happen. These are the type of things back in the days that were used as courting. Like, you use it to court a girl, make a girl feel special, make a girl, like, all these type of, like, make a girl just feel special to you.
Mm-hmm.
But now every babe feels like every guy must do that. It's an entitlement.
That's why people need to move with people that thinks like them.
No, you should not feel, and even if you're a woman, you should not feel entitled to gifts. You should not feel entitled to a guy buying everything for you. You shouldn't even have that mentality. You shouldn't even have that mentality. So that when it comes, you even appreciate it more. Because when you always expect it and it just comes, you're like, it's casual. You don't see the beauty in it.
The value.
Yeah, you don't. Bro, if I'm eating cake every day and on my birthday you buy me cake, it's like every other day. No, think about it.
Miracle.
Facts. If I eat cake every day for 365 days, and when it comes to my birthday, when I'm actually supposed to eat cake, blow candles, all this type of stuff, but I've been doing it every day of the year, it's like every other day.
Miracle, do you agree? What you're saying is any man we are say this, it makes sense. So I'm not debunking
it makes sense, but you don't but you don't want to agree to the sense.
I want to say something
because you're so negatively driven.
No, it's not about.
Yes.
Why would I be negatively driven?
You're negatively driven. You're negatively driven.
I'm not. Miracle,
Yes, you are.
Not. If
Yes,
you're
you
saying,
are.
wait, if you're saying that a woman shouldn't ask a man, men don't want to feel like it's their responsibility to provide certain things to women. Okay, you don't want to feel that way. A woman has to wait till when the man feels like gifting her. He will gift her to be appreciated. Do you still know that there are still many women that have been married for nearly 30 years and never been gifted by their spouse?
And guess what? That man still provides. That man still protects. And that man still takes care of her. And do you know what it is? They are a beautiful word that women and a lot of people need to learn. Both men, both women, both children. It's called content. They are content.
Miracle.
See, let me tell you something. Do you know the killer of joy? Do you know the killer of joy? Comparison. When you compare your situation or when you compare what you have with someone else's,
Miracle.
it's the killer of joy.
Miracle.
You don't enjoy what you have because you are too overly thinking of somebody else's joy.
Miracle.
You're not appreciating your own joy.
What I'm saying, I'm gonna say,
and that's a lot of women
Miracle.
do.
Let me
you
tell
get a
something.
Chanel bag, you see your friend with a Birkin bag, you're like, oh, a man can buy me a Birkin.
Miracle.
Be content.
Miracle. What I'm going to say is that
They take you to Black Belt, they take you to Slow. They're both restaurants. You're gonna shit at the end of the day in the toilet.
Miracle.
Be content.
Miracle. What I'm saying is, there there are two type of men in this life: the men that thinks like you, Miracle, and the one that thinks that there's no problem in spending money on the
Those
woman.
guys are simps. They're simps.
Hold
They are
on,
simps. And
Miracle.
women don't even respect men like that.
That's
They
not
don't
true.
even respect. They
Miracle.
don't.
That is
They
not
don't.
true.
Let me tell you something.
That's
Do you
not
want
true,
to know why they don't
Miracle.
respect men like
Why?
that? Because every woman deep down knows all those men that just want to spend money, spend money, spend money on you. When he finds a girl that is prettier than you, he's gonna spend money on her, and you're gonna move.
Miracle,
That
hold
is the
on.
truth.
That's what.
And every woman
Miracle,
knows it.
Miracle, hold on. Miracle, hold on. In this,
Come on now.
you can see people getting married to men that are doing well, and they're still enjoying their relationship. What I would just tell you is that, see, everybody is going to be so wrong for us to sit down and say, oh, people should think a certain way. That does not mean we shouldn't give our opinion on our own view on what they are saying and how it aligns with
Okay,
us
and
or
can I
not.
ask you a question?
But what I want to say is, Miracle, what I want to say is that people are entitled to what they want. And when people are saying this is what I want and that's how I want it to be, they have their reasons.
You're entitled to what you want, but do
Yes.
you know what you have to give up to get it?
Yes, I think they are aware of it.
Everybody wants to be a billionaire, but do you know what you have to do to become a billionaire? It's easy to say. Every man, every woman wants a rich man. Do you know what you have to do? Do you know what you have to give up? Do you know the lifestyle you have to live?
Miracle.
Let me tell you something now. Would you love to be a wife of an NBA player?
No,
Like, would you think about that lifestyle? Your husband is playing the NBA. He's 6'8", star player, playing for a team like the Lakers.
Yeah, that's cool.
It sounds like a good lifestyle, right?
It does.
Okay, what if you knew every night your husband cheats on you and he doesn't respect you? You're just basically a woman in his, you're just his wife.
Miracle.
But he cheats on you every night and you know. But he pays for everything. He gives you money. Are you okay with that?
Miracle, I'm not okay with that. But there are some women that are okay with that.
But you want to be a basketball player as well?
Well, you just asked me a question. I'm saying the lifestyle is not bad. Not that I've sat down and say, oh,
But you see you see why you said, but initially you said yes.
yes, I did. Because
But when you now thought about it, you said no.
No, yeah.
But you know the funny thing, if this situation comes, you will still enter to be a basketball player.
Miracle, let me tell you
I
something.
promise you.
Miracle,
And in
hold
your
on.
head, you will now start trying to convince yourself and be like, oh, he will change.
It's not
Oh,
that bad.
I will change him. Oh, I will change him.
Miracle, what I'm saying is that I think we need to establish a fact here. The fact I might establish that women that say they want a man to spend on them does not make them a bad woman, or they will not make good
It's
wife.
not making a bad woman, but do they believe that that man is going to be 100% theirs?
Miracle, who cares? Like, who cares? Miracle,
They
hold on.
care.
They do, but let me tell you something. Miracle, let me tell you something.
Are you trying to tell me that women don't care about that?
Miracle, people have their deal breakers. Some people, cheating is not a deal breaker to them.
And that is what I'm saying. Just that is what I'm trying to say. Those women know what they signed up for. But a lot of women say these things, don't know what they're signing up for.
Maybe that. You know. But Miracle, what I still want to say is that I'm not in support of what this girl said. I said it earlier on because I obviously men have other values apart from being,
Do you believe that's their number one value?
finance.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's.
What do you
number
think?
one
What do you
value.
think a man's number one value is?
How he treats a woman. Yes, that's what I think.
I feel like you're capping, but okay.
I'm not capping. It's how you treat a woman. I'm saying, I told you, is how, Miracle. Maybe I've always dated people that have treated me nice. Honestly, they've always treated me really good. Honestly.
So you're the one that always ended your relationship?
No, like things happen.
Were you always the one that ended it though?
Yeah, some cases.
So they were always the problem?
Yeah.
They were always the problem?
Not always, but they are part of the problem.
You're so selfish. That is so selfish.
Miracle, they are part of the problem. What I'm saying, I'm very particular about a man treats me. Honestly, I am. I'm very particular. It's why a man I want to date, I see long term with.
You want a man to treat you like a queen. Do you treat a man like a king?
Yeah, I do. I do. In my best knowledge, I
if you treat
do.
a man like a king, how does someone does not sacrifice for their king?
Miracle, I'm talking about their healthy sacrifice. They are healthy sacrifice. I don't know how that is. They are healthy sacrifice.
So you can't
They
sacrifice your life for your husband.
God forbid. Why would I sacrifice my life for my husband? I don't understand. I cannot sacrifice my. Is there anyone that can sacrifice their life for their husband? I can't do that.
Do you want your husband to sacrifice his life for you?
Miracle is depending on him.
Do you
Oh.
want-
If he wants to.
Do you wait?
But miracle for real.
Do you
Nobody,
want your husband to sacrifice his life for you?
Nobody should sacrifice.
Stop!
No,
You will
Miracle,
not
hold on.
avoid this question.
I'm
Do
not
you
gonna answer this
want?
question. Miracle,
Do
nobody.
you want your
Miracle, leave me alone, Joe. Nobody
Would
should
you want your
Miracle, leave
husband?
me.
Do you want your husband to sacrifice his life for you?
Miracle, nobody should sacrifice their
Please,
life.
can you answer the question? Do
I
you
just
want?
answered it.
No.
It doesn't have to be a yes or no, Miracle.
Yes, it is.
It doesn't have to be.
Jesus
Honestly, it doesn't have to be a yes or no.
When you get married to somebody, I swear you say in sickness and in health.
To
You
death
say
do us,
sickness and in health.
till death do us apart. To me, I can't. Miracle, come on, stop it, Jerry. Stop saying that. I don't like it. I'm angry with this guy. Why will you ask me that? It's not an annoying question. Why will you ask me that? If I will sacrifice my life, why would I do that? Don't I have kids to take care of? The kids even need their mother more. You don't know.
I'm shook. I'm flabbergasted.
Miracle, you sacrifice your life for your wife.
Yes.
It's easier said than done.
I don't think twice about that.
Miracle just lied on camera. Honestly.
Would you sacrifice your life for your mother?
My mom will want that.
Jesus
My mom,
Christ!
honestly, my mom will want that. I swear, I know
Oh
my mom.
my God!
My mom will want that. Why people not saying anything here?
Would you sacrifice your life for your child?
Yes, I will. I will. Because she has longer years to live than me. Why won't I do that?
Jesus
I will do that.
Christ. Will you sacrifice your life for your sibling?
Miracle.
Oh my
It depends.
God.
This miracle.
Oh my
Miracle, hold
God.
on. You're just saying. Miracle is just saying, oh my God. Miracle, hold on,
You're
please.
even cold. You even feel cold. Oh my God.
Miracle is an instigator.
Oh my God.
What's the problem? Nobody should sacrifice their life for anybody, honestly. That's the truth. Nobody should. It's not in a good position. We're talking we get there. You know that it's not as easy as we're saying.
Oh
it.
no, Eno,
Yes, that's the truth.
Eno, you're far gone.
No, I'm not. I'm far
I know
gone.
you're far gone.
How?
You're
I'm
far
telling
gone.
you. You people come on TV, and that's what I don't like about the whole television
I know you're far
stuff.
gone.
People come on national TV and talk about how I will do this, I will do that. Well, do you know what it is to sacrifice your life for somebody?
Eno, you're so wrong.
Miracle. That question
You're
is not.
so wrong.
It's not a question that you should just answer like
Eno,
that.
I swear you're so
So
wrong.
I should sacrifice myself for my husband. As what? I don't understand. Who will take care of the kids?
Who would you want your husband to sacrifice his life for you?
Miracle, I won't even ask him to. Honestly, nobody should.
Nobody will ask
Nobody
you
should.
to sacrifice their life for theirs.
Nobody will should.
Would you
I don't know.
Would you
Miracle,
want your
I can't even answer that question because I just feel like nobody should.
If you needed a kidney and your husband was the only person that could give you a kidney, but if he gave you his kidney, he dies. Would you want him to give you his kidney?
I won't want that.
Would you expect him to give you his kidney?
Look, I don't understand.
You fucking dickhead. You know how you couldn't answer that because you're fucking selfish and you know the answer is yes, I will expect him to give me his kidney. Oh my God, Eno, you're far gone. You need help.
How do
You
I
need
need
Jesus.
help,
Let me
Miracle?
pray for you. Father,
How do I
Lord,
need help,
Father in
Miracle?
heaven, we are gathered here today to pray for Eno. Viewers, please just close your eyes while we pray for Eno. God, please teach her the solitude of selflessness. To be selfless, especially not just for the people around her,
I'm lost. What's happening?
but for her partner in the future.
I'm lost. Miracle.
Please, Lord, guide her.
Okay.
Give her the wisdom.
Amen.
In Jesus' name we have prayed.
Amen.
Amen.
Miracle.
You need help.
Miracle is easier said than done.
my
Trust
God.
me, it is. It's easier said than done.
So you won't take a bullet for your mother?
Miracle.
You won't take a bullet for your
Miracle
mother?
is easier said than done. That's what I'm
Wow.
telling you. It's easier said than done, honestly.
Wow.
It is. It is easier said than done.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we need to just end the podcast there. What a way to end episode 1. We introduced our new co-host.
I'm still I'm really lost. Honestly, I'm really lost.
She did her introduction, which was necessary. She told us about herself. And we found out how selfish she was. As far as that she would not take a bullet for the woman that gave her life.
Never said that. I didn't just answer you.
And for the person that is going to be the father of her children.
Miracle.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Miracle OP. This is the person
Anyways,
that we've been talking about.
Not the city girl. People don't
Make sure you
listen
like.
to Miracle.
Make sure you subscribe.
Don't listen to Miracle.
Shout
It's
out
easier
to the
said.
House Chronicles.
It's easier. Miracle.
Shout out to the House
I
Chronicles
think
for
I'm
giving me
opportunity to
this
say a word.
amazing
Haven't
platform
I?
to push my
Miracle.
P, push our P and talk our
Miracle.
shit.
I think I should say that.
Like, subscribe, follow us on all social media platforms, X, TikTok, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Make sure you follow us on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts and all streaming platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out.